I want to show you how to remove the thermostat of the water pump, and also we're going to remove the water pump from the engine block. So we've got 10mm bolts. There's 4 of them here, so I'm going to use my impact gun. These are pretty easy to remove. Prepare something to catch in case there's any coolant spilling. This is the gasket here that is slightly leaking, and that's the thermostat. We're gonna keep these. I've got brand new ones, Febi, but I'm not gonna dump these. You can see some oxidation here as well, so this seal is too old. The car has over 170,000 miles, so it is about time to replace this. This is totally toast. It's hard, and yeah, that's why it's leaking. So I'm gonna place this aside here, and then we're gonna proceed with the water pump. There's a little bolt here which is just behind this EGR cooler, which is going to be difficult to access, but we'll see what we can come up with. Maybe a spanner, 10mm head spanner or something. We'll see what we can do here. These other ones are all pretty accessible, so the only one I'm worrying about is this one here, but it shouldn't be hopefully too bad. We can come up with something. I managed to squeeze in a 10mm offset spanner here, and I managed to loosen up, but I have ordered proper low profile sockets, so this bolt should come out easy enough. I can undo it by hand, and hopefully in a minute this bolt will be out and we can pull the water pump out. Okay, that's the bolt out. Let me turn the engine to show you. I found a good prying spot here, so just insert a flat screwdriver. I'm only prying on surfaces that don't have contact with the body or the gasket, this because I don't want to damage the metal, and then obviously that will cause sealing issues. Just give it a good shake, and that's it. The water pump is out. There are 3 bolts here, one at the back. These are E8. So you've got one at the back that I just showed you, and 2 at the front. As you can see, the gasket has started to leak here at the corner, and it's a good job we are replacing all this at the same time. Just want to show you what I'm using here. I have a box of Febi parts. Everything I'm going to be installing today is going to be Febi. And yeah, this is the water pump here with the gaskets and coolant, flange, thermostat. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to put part numbers in the description so you can find them easily if you want to look for yourself. It's not a referral link, by the way. I'm just putting the part numbers and what they are. And yeah, let me mount the camera on the tripod and let's get started. If you're wondering how I know all these specs, a lot of people are asking me what is the torque specs for this, what is the torque spec for that. I suggest you get yourself some manuals. I normally put these on the screens, but some people are doing different jobs and I just want to see the manuals that I'm using. I've got Ista Plus, and I've got PDF manuals on my phone, which is I bought online. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for the manuals that I'm using, and also the website where I got them from. They sell millions of manuals for all sorts of vehicles, like trucks, motorbikes, tractors, farming machinery, anything you name it. So this is what I use, and I just print it from my phone or from my computer, whatever's handier. Now I will put a link in the description for this manual and for the website itself in case you want to purchase something else. So if you type in KM22 at checkout, you will get 22% discount. I'm gonna start with the installation of the water pump, and this is the water pump part number that I'm using. This is Febi 40010, and this is a water pump set with a gasket. It comes in a box with the instructions, which of course we're men, we don't need instructions, so we're not gonna read the instructions. Let's take this transportation packaging off, and then we're gonna apply the gasket, and then I'm gonna install the water pump in place here with all the bolts. I'm gonna install all 7 bolts by hand first. So just knock them up by hand, and then we're gonna torque them to 9 Newton meters. The user manual says 8 plus 1 plus minus 1. There's one really difficult bolt to install, which is in the top left corner, so you have to kind of start it by hand. So once you thread this by hand, I want to share, I bought a set of laser 7281. This is the part number here in the top right corner. These are like swivel sockets for difficult kind of access, and this is just perfect. So you can see we can access this pretty well, and you can turn and tighten the bolt without any issues. I'm gonna torque all these bolts to 9 Newton meters, as I said, and then I'm gonna do the last one, which is hard to access. Just knock them all up in cross pattern. And now we've got to do the last one here at the end. So I want to show you this laser tool that I was showing you earlier, so you can properly access it from here, and then you can even use your torque wrench and torque to 9 Newton meters. Okay, let's go ahead and install this coolant flange. So this is going to be positioned this way. Just make sure that the gasket is sitting well. I've cleaned up the surface area pretty well, and you've got one bolt at the back, which is extremely difficult to access with a torque wrench if you don't have removed all these components, and people just do it by hand. I mean, there's no big deal if you can't torque it with a torque wrench. I just have access, so I'm gonna do it. And these are going to be torqued to 9 Newton meters as well, same as the water pump. These are E8 internal torque sockets. So I'm just going to snug it up by hand. Let's access the bolt from the back here. And that's how easy it is to install and torque a coolant flange when obviously a lot of parts are not in the way and you've got an engine crease, so it's nice and comfortable to work around it. In the next step, I'm going to install the thermostat here. This is the full Febi set. This is 44685 model, and again I will be placing these parts in the description. And this great kit comes with the bolts as well, so we don't have to reuse the old ones. And by the way, just for your information, some of the models come with the straight flange, which is what you see there on Febi 44685 kit. This is the full kit. Of course, from that kit you can reuse the thermostat and the gasket. But the flange that I'm using in my case is the 90-degree one that you can see on the top, in the middle there, and the top left. This is the original BMW part number. So if your engine, N57 engine, is like mine, the earlier version, you're going to have a 90-degree flange or 90-degree thermostat housing. So this is how easy it is to install thermostat on N47 and N57 engines. This is the N57 3-liter BMW diesel engine. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you do like the content, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I have a ton of F10, F11 BMW videos alongside some other vehicles as well. So hopefully you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one.